Okay, this is bargain basement production here, but we got to do our best because we're all miles away and we got to stay tightened up and stay family. So we've got Paula Boggs Curley telling another story, a story about how she drowned. Go ahead.
When I was a little girl, I was about 7 years, maybe even 6.5. My grandmother was a very hard-working, poor woman, and she had to work. She had to. But then she had to raise me, too. And as little kids, we had to do what she said because she had to go to work. And, we have little babysitters that would watch us. So on this one particular day, she said, "Now, Paula, I have to go to work." And I live within a block of our city park. At that time at the city park, we had a swimming pool, we had a wading pool, we had swings and slides, we had teeter-totters and a merry-go-round. And we all loved to go down there. So she told me, she said, "I got to go to work." She said, "You can go to the park if the babysitter will take you." But she said, "Stay away from the pool." And when she said stay away from the pool, I start thinking, as a little girl then, really how I could get in the pool. Well, she went to work. I got my babysitter to take me to the park. And so I began to go on the swings, the teeter-totter, the slides. I went in the wading pool and took my shoes off and went in there. And I kept thinking about what she said, "Don't get in the pool." Well, I got to thinking. I said, well, my babysitter doesn't know what my grandma said. So I think I'll sneak over to the pool. And our pool was gated. And you had to go inside the gate to get near the pool. And it looks like I was looking on the outside, hanging on the fence. And the kids looked like they were having so much fun. And they were jumping in and out and running and pushing each other, and they were jumping in there. And I like water, and I didn't know how to swim. So I said, well, won't nobody know if I go in the pool. So I went around, I opened the gate, and I went inside where the water was. Well, I saw some of my friends, and we were playing tag and running around the pool. And all of a sudden, some water came up out of the pool on the side of the pool. And I took my shoes off, and I slid down the side of the pool. And I was being chased by one of my friends. And all of a sudden, one of my friends pushed me in the pool. And when I went in the pool, I slid into the deepest part of the pool. And that was one thing my grandmother told me before I left, too. She said, don't go in the pool, and especially don't get in the deepest part of the pool. And, well, that's where I went. They pushed me right in the deepest part of the pool, and nobody knew I was in there. And somebody alerted my babysitter, which was my cousin, who was just kind of standing on the outside of the pool. And they said, "I think your daughter fell in the pool," or something like that. And she said, "What?" And she started running. And I was all the way at the bottom. And when they brought me out, I don't know what I was doing. I don't think I was breathing or whatever, but somebody came over and gave me resuscitation because they had already called the ambulance. The ambulance was on the way. And so they were over there working on me.
Wow.
And finally, I started breathing. And that was my lesson learned, because I really didn't know how to swim.
Huh.
I just like being in water. I like water and being in water.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't drown, like I said, and I think that was all in God's plan, that I didn't drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have been a statistic. You could have been a casualty.
Yes. So they pumped the water out. I came back to life. After that tragedy, I went to school, because they started giving swimming lessons, and I learned how to swim. So that's that story.
All right. That's a very important family story. The almost drowned